What it do, fool? And welcome to meiosis and mitosis models. The first phase of mitosis, we have interphase. This is where the cell grows and number of organelles increase. This is also where the DNA and nucleus is copied. Here is what it looks like in real life. Next is prophase. This is where the nuclear membrane begins to disappear, as well as the DNA condenses into duplicated chromosomes. Each contains 2 copies of the same DNA, and here it is in real life. The third phase is metaphase. The structure is called spindle fibers guide chromosome movement. Chromosomes line up along the center and middle of the cell. Here it is in real life once again. The next part of mitosis is anaphase. The copies of DNA are separated and go to each end of the cell. Here it is in real life once again. Next we have telophase. 2 nuclei forming in each nucleus contains a complete copy of the cell's DNA. And once again, here it is in real life. Finally, we have cytokinesis. The central plasm and organelles are divided and 2 separate cells form. The cell then begins interphase. And once again, here it is in real life. Here is a very fine-looking young man, Evan Campbell. Next, we go on to meiosis, which produces unique gametes. The first phase of meiosis is prophase 1. The nuclear membrane begins to disappear, and DNA condenses into duplicated chromosomes, and homologous chromosomes are paired. Next is metaphase 1. Spindle fibers guide chromosome movement. Homologous chromosome pairs and line up along the middle of the cell. Now it's anaphase 1. Homologous chromosome pairs separate and go to each end of the cell. Next, we have telophase 1. 2 nuclei form and each nucleus contains a complete copy of the cell's DNA. The cell divides and the second part of meiosis begins. For the second part of meiosis, we have prophase 2. The nuclear membrane begins to disappear and the DNA exits as chromosomes. Next, we have metaphase 2. The chromosomes line up along the center and middle of the cell. Now it's anaphase 2. The copies of DNA are then separated and go to each end of the cell. Time for some similarities and differences, my slime. Here are some similarities. Meiosis and mitosis both take place inside of the cell of a nuclei. Both involve cell division, and both processes occur in the end phase of the cell cycle. In both cycles, the common stages are prophase, metaphase, anaphase, and telophase, as well as synthesis of DNA occurs in both. Now it's time for the differences, legit. Mitosis takes place in somatic cells, whereas meiosis occurs in reproductive cells and produces gametes. In meiosis, there are no crossing over and no variations, where in mitosis, crossovers take place and variation occurs. Mitosis resolves in 2 daughter cells, meiosis resolves in 4.